You've probably seen this play out 100 times. A man chases woman after woman, swiping, flirting, disappearing, reappearing, until one day he meets someone. And suddenly he's all in. He deletes the apps, stops replying to random DMs, and starts talking about our future. So what changed? Did he finally mature? Did he just get tired of playing around? No, men don't commit because they tire. They commit because something inside them shifts. And that shift only happens when they meet a woman who does this one thing differently. Stay with me till the end, because once you understand this, you'll stop wasting energy, chasing potential, and start becoming unforgettable. Step 1. The myth of the perfect woman. Let's get one thing straight. Men don't commit to the most beautiful woman. They commit to the woman whose presence changes the way they see themselves. Sure, beauty grabs attention, but depth holds it. Every man wants to feel like a winner in his own story. And most women, without realizing it, compete to become the prize. But the one who makes him commit flips the script. She becomes the mirror. When he's with her, he sees a better version of himself, more confident, more masculine, more alive. That's the emotional drug he can't find anywhere else. It's not about playing hard to get, it's about becoming hard to replace. Step 2. The power of emotional contrast. Men live in a world of noise, endless notifications, deadlines, and surface level validation. Then he meets a woman who brings emotional contrast. When he's with her, the world slows down. He can laugh without performing, talk without editing, and breathe without pretending. That emotional contrast is what his nervous system starts craving. You ever wonder why a man can flirt with 10 women but think all night about one? Because that one made him feel different. Not excited different, peaceful different. Not she's hot different, she feels like home different. When you stop trying to impress and start making him feel safe in his masculinity, you're no longer one of the options, you become the exception. Step 3, she doesn't compete, she completes herself. Here's the brutal truth. Most women don't realize how transparent desperation is. When a woman wants a man to choose her, every word, every text, every gesture starts bending toward that goal. And men can feel it instantly. But the woman who truly gets his respect and commitment is the one who's already centered in her own world. She's not orbiting him, she's spinning in her own solar system, and he feels lucky just to visit. She's not chasing validation, she's busy living a life that's already fulfilling. And here's the paradox. That's exactly what makes a man want to earn his place in it. Men chase women who make them feel powerful, but they commit to the one who doesn't need their power to shine. It's not arrogance, it's self-containment, and that's magnetic. Step 4, the subtle art of emotional safety. You've heard that men want respect, but what they rarely admit is they crave emotional safety just as much. Here's the difference. Women often seek safety from the world through men. Men seek safety within a woman. When he opens up about his fears, his failures, or his flaws, and you don't weaponize it, mock it, or instantly give advice, something in him relaxes. You become the first woman who didn't turn his vulnerability into weakness. And that's when the chaser becomes the keeper, because now he's not just thinking about attraction, he's thinking about trust. Men chase excitement. They commit where they feel peace. Step 5. She triggers the protector instinct without begging for it. Here's something most women miss. Men are biologically wired to protect and provide, but only for someone who makes that instinct feel earned, not obligated. When a woman constantly reminds him of what she needs, it activates his resistance. But when she simply inspires him to want to step up, it awakens his purpose. It's subtle. It's the difference between I need you to call me more and I love when I hear your voice before bed. The first sounds like a job, the second feels like a reward. The woman men commit to doesn't demand effort, she draws it out naturally. She understands that masculine energy is allergic to control, but addicted to inspiration. When he feels like he chooses to protect her rather than being required to, his whole emotional wiring flips. He's no longer a wanderer, he's a guardian. Step 6, she speaks to his ego without feeding it. Now let's talk about that delicate dance. Ego. Every man has one. It's not evil. It's his sense of identity. But there's a massive difference between feeding a man's ego and speaking to it. Feeding it sounds like, you're so handsome. You're so smart. Nice? Sure. Memorable? No. Speaking to it sounds like, I like how you handle that situation. Most guys would have lost their cool. Now you're acknowledging his character, not his image. And here's a secret. When a man feels seen for his strengths and respected for his self-control, you become the only woman who touches his ego without inflating it. That's the emotional equivalent of oxygen. He can't get it from flattery or flings, only from respect disguised as admiration. Step 7. She lets him earn her trust piece by piece. Men don't fall in love all at once. They fall in stages of earned trust. And here's where most women accidentally self-sabotage. They trust too fast or test too hard. When you trust too fast, you hand over value he hasn't earned yet. When you test too hard, you make him feel like he's in a courtroom instead of a connection. The one who makes him commit understands the balance. She reveals her trust like chapters in a book, one page at a time. Each chapter he earns makes him invest more emotionally in the story. That's why men will chase women for months, but only commit when they feel like they've worked for the ending. It's not because he's shallow, it's because value without effort never feels real. Step 8, she knows how to disappear without drama. Men chase what they fear losing, but they stay for what they respect. When a woman walks away calmly without emotional explosions or guilt trips, something profound happens in a man's mind. He realizes she wasn't attached out of need, she was attached by choice. That simple difference creates a psychological void that no other woman can fill. He starts asking himself, did I lose someone special because I wasn't ready? And once a man starts thinking like that, he can no longer go back to empty connections. So the next time you feel the urge to prove your worth to a man, don't. Show him that you're capable of leaving with grace. Grace is the language of a woman who knows her value. The psychology behind it all. Here's what's really happening beneath the surface. Men are wired for achievement. In his mind, love isn't a gift, it's a mission. That's why the woman who rewards his effort without submitting to it triggers the perfect emotional loop. He feels challenged but safe, admired but not idolized, wanted but not owned. And that balance is what transforms a hunter into a partner. So no, he's not committing because he's finally ready. He's committing because you made him ready by activating a side of him no one else did. The one thing she does differently. You've heard a lot of steps, but they all boil down to one core thing. She values connection over control. Most women try to control how a man feels through attention, through talking, through proof. The one he commits to does the opposite. She creates a space for him to feel without pressure. She's not trying to win him over. She's inviting him to show up. And because it's his choice, his heart starts to invest. When a man feels like he can be himself around you and still be admired by you, that's the moment he stops searching. Let's say two women meet the same man. One tries to impress him, texts back instantly, agrees with everything, keeps asking, so what are we? The other listens, laughs, shares small stories, then goes on living her life. She's not rude, she's just complete. Guess which one his mind keeps wandering back to when he's alone at night? It's the one who didn't make him her plan. It's the one who let him miss her without punishing him for it. That's the psychological hook you can't fake. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Men may chase 1,000 women for their looks, their bodies, their attention, but they commit to the one who makes them feel like a better man. That's your power. Not your makeup, not your mystery, not your moves, your presence. When you stand in your worth, you don't have to convince a man to choose you. He realizes on his own that there's no upgrade from you. Thanks for watching.